Hi, my name is Sam and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from the usual. Today we're going to talk about the hypocrisy surrounding alcohol, drugs and affairs, and what makes this video different is that I need to vent because I am fed up and bored out of my mind of this hypocrisy, so I'll be using you as my therapists, whether you like it or not. Before we start, it would be great if you could like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also let me know what you think about this topic, because I need help understanding what's happening. There are all sorts of noise happening at the moment, so I apologise if I have to pause and cut a lot of times, but they're drilling something somewhere around here, and I've literally wasted 1 full hour at the very least today trying to wait for this drilling to go away, but it just won't, so I apologise for that. Now, let me give you a bit of background regarding my frustration. So, as you know, as you may know if you've seen this channel before, I will link a video here where I talk about the fact that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't do any of these things, I don't take anything that alters my state of mind, and I am strongly against any external help that does that to you, not for moral reasons, not for religious reasons. It just makes me genuinely sad that someone needs external help to enjoy life to the fullest. It really saddens me as a human being that people can't enjoy life by being fully present and alert and alive. But today, despite the fact that I am strongly against anything that creates this mental alteration, I find myself sitting here sort of defending these life choices. I mean, what has the world come to? Just to explain it a little bit better, because of the reason why I don't like these substances, for me the fact that so for me, alcohol and drugs are the same. I know there is more of a social taboo towards drugs, but alcohol has the same effect that drugs have. So for me, for the reason why I dislike these substances, they're all on the same level. There is a YouTuber that I follow who sometimes talks about a bit of gossip happening in Italy. He's an Italian YouTuber. I am originally from Italy. Long story short, there's this Italian fashion influencer. I don't know who she is, I don't know her name, I don't know what she looks like, because although I'm a YouTuber, I don't use social media. And at the moment in Italy there's a bit of a war between rappers, and one of these rappers says in one of his songs that this girl does drugs. Now, according to what the guy that I follow says, because this girl works with very big fashion companies, they've now started to pull out, and some of the future projects are falling through because nobody wants to be associated with someone who does drugs. Now, I don't know if it's true that they're pulling out, I don't know if it's true that she does drugs, but whether she does them or not is irrelevant. It's the pulling out that really got me fuming. Now, I understand that we're talking about Italy, which is a couple of steps back from England, for example. But this idea of a scandal, I think, and that's why we will relate that to affairs as well. I mean, it's still, I think this whole idea is instilled in all of us a little bit, and I can't stand it because it's all based on hypocrisy. Obviously, alcohol in general and drugs were really looked down on in the past, and they were thought to bring shame on your family, and maybe especially drugs were less readily available compared to now, I assume. So I can see how previous generations to ours may have a different view on this, but again, I'm sure they all found ways to experiment and to have fun. And I mean, everyone drinks. Our parents, our grandparents, they at least drink. And I can promise you this, in my generation, I am 32, everyone that I know either drinks or used to drink, and everyone does or has done some kind of drugs, be it simple weed or just one snort of cocaine once and never again. So whether they still do it or whether they just tried it once, everyone has tried something. And I can genuinely say I am the only creature that I know that has never touched any of this stuff. And I'm not saying this to elevate myself above others, because again, that is not why I don't do these things, and that's not why I am here to talk about this. I'm saying this to actually preface my defense towards people that do these things. So again, even if you try it once and then don't try it anymore because you don't like it, you've tried it, so you've done it, so you are in no position to judge. That's why I'm talking about hypocrisy. So now if someone does drugs, especially again in Italy, now their career is over because nobody wants to be associated with that person. And when I say drugs, I'm not talking about drug addicts. So, well, I don't know this girl, but I assume whenever there is a scandal about these people, it's not because they're addicts, it's just because every now and then they do, I don't know what, like recreational drugs that don't affect your life permanently, let's put it like that. So everyone that I know has done something along those lines, again, at least once. So this is the hypocrisy that I can't stand. Why does she have to lose her career for doing drugs when everyone, every single creature on this planet that I know has done something at least once as well? I don't understand that. I would understand if this girl had a contract with me, personally me, and I wanted to pull out of the contract because I don't do any of these things. I don't do drugs. I've never done drugs. I've never drunk. So I am the only one, say, who has the right to potentially feel morally affected by this, and I may not want to be associated with her because she goes against what I believe in, and I have the right to feel like her behaviour tarnishes my reputation. But everyone else, first of all, who cares? Who cares if she does drugs in a recreational way that doesn't impact her job, her daily life? Because again, everyone does it. And obviously I thought that she sets a bad example for society, but again, every single girl that follows her Instagram, every single boy that follows her Instagram has already done, well, either has already done drugs or will do drugs anyway, regardless of whether she does them or not. If she didn't do drugs, if she were an activist against drugs and told people please do not do drugs, if she spent her life telling people not to do drugs and trying to convince them to stay away from that stuff, her followers would still do drugs, they would still drink, again, at least once, and they would not say, oh, I'm not going to drink because this or that influencer told me not to and I really believe in them. No. I can sort of try to find it in my heart to understand that a parent may be concerned that their daughter, in this case, could potentially be will become more curious towards these things because this influencer does drugs. But I think that's very weak. That's a very weak parent. For a parent to blame an influencer for their daughter doing drugs. No, your daughter will do drugs anyway. And when I say drugs again, it might just be one puff of weed once, yeah? I'm not talking about anything more extreme than, again, recreational drugs. And if it's not drugs, let's go back to alcohol. Your daughter will drink. Your daughter will try something. And if you think that she will, now that she knows that her idol does it as well, if you think that that will have any kind of impact, I'm not a parent, and there is a video on that on here, but open your eyes and open your mind. I don't understand why someone's career and life have to be ruined just because it's come out that they do drugs, and I still don't understand how this is even used as a weapon. So this rapper used this line because the line where he says no cocaine, just the line where he says that this girl does drugs. He says this line because he knows the power that this line has. He knows that still to this day, accusing, well, actually outing someone for doing drugs can ruin her, well, her in this case, career. I think it's insane, and this again is coming from someone who doesn't even drink sparkling water. I only drink tap water with no ice and no lemon. So I am the only one who has the right to be potentially offended by this, and I genuinely don't understand why and how we still live in a society where this matters. First of all, if she does recreational drugs, who cares? She harms herself a little bit, yes, but she doesn't harm anyone else, and as long as she is professional at work, of sound mind when she makes important decisions for her life, that's what matters. And also, again, what I can't wrap my head around is the hypocrisy, because everyone does these things or has done these things. Yes, you may think that if she does recreational drugs, she may need psychological help, but you might be of that school of thought. Okay, so do be sorry and worried for her, but again, do we need to demonize her and to destroy her life and career? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And again, I can't believe I'm sticking up for her. I am sticking up for her, of all the people in the world. And of course, all these major brands have to distance themselves from her, because it would be suicide not to. But again, I hate the fact that this has to be the right course of action to undertake. It shouldn't be the case. Who cares if she does recreational drugs? When it was never said that she deals drugs, that would be slightly different. Then yes, I understand the concerns. But if she pays for her own drugs, she doesn't use public money, she can do whatever she wants as long as she doesn't hurt anyone, and as long as she can still function as a human being. So I don't think she should be made into this bad role model. No, not at all. And this brings me to affairs. I've been watching the TV series Scandal. It's a Shonda Rhimes series. It's over now, but it was quite big. Oh gosh, maybe 10 years ago when it came out, I don't know. I'm only on season 1, and obviously there is a scandal that involves the White House and an affair. I will leave it at that. And the series so far is good, yeah, so this is no comment on the series, this is just an inspiration. Affairs are so boring. They are so boring and uninspiring. Not the act of having an affair, I'm sure that's thrilling and all of that, and I'm not here to tell you whether you should or shouldn't have an affair. No. The fact that an affair can be used as a weapon to end someone's reputation or career is so boring and old and pathetic. I'm not criticising the series. The series revolves around an affair involving not the Prime Minister, the President of the United States. So it's relevant. The series works because we still live in a society where an affair is relevant, which is a problem. Now, and this applies to all sorts of politicians and all sorts of public figures. If whatever affair they may be having, if it ever comes out, that will be the end of their career. Now, the reasons why I'm so bored of this are two. First of all, again, statistically, almost everyone cheats on their partner. Almost everyone. Is it just once? Is it just twice? Is it forever? I don't care. These people can't judge, because yes, even though when there are long-lasting couples, but then it turns out that maybe one of the two had a little bit of a fling at one point in their lives. So who are they to judge? Whether that comes out or not is not the problem. The fact that the affair or the fling was had is is what makes this whole thing hypocritical. So yes, that's the main reason. Again, everyone does it. Almost everyone does it. So why are we all judging that one person just because they're famous? And also, having an affair, how is that even allowed to have such a strong power and hold over someone's career? Yes, obviously if you cheat on your partner and it comes out, you hurt your partner, potentially your children. I'm not saying that's a nice thing to do, but you haven't killed anyone, you haven't kidnapped anyone, you've just slept with someone else, okay? And then maybe even if you live a full-blown double life with two partners and two families, again, not only does almost everyone do it too, but is it really that bad? And that has no impact on your professional integrity. You may be a horrible person emotionally, but that doesn't mean that you can't do your job. That doesn't mean that as a President of the United States you're not capable of leading your country. If you're a TV presenter, the fact that you have an affair doesn't mean that you can't present. And the fact that people lose respect for you, I think that's also the problem. It's not even that having an affair automatically means that you're not good at your job. It just, especially if you're a public figure, it means that people lose respect for you. But that's when the hypocrisy comes in again, in my opinion. And yes, if there are a lot of people that don't cheat, which is great, again, for them to think that that's good enough for you to lose respect for someone's professionalism, that's pathetic. And I'm being even more brutal than I usually am, but I am infuriated by this. And again, I'm very confused about the fact I'm trying to defend people that do drugs. I mean, to be honest, cheating I find that very absolutely irrelevant, but I'm here defending people that do drugs and defending their reputation. I mean, I thought my sex videos were bad, but this is rock bottom for me. But I think it's just hypocritical, and I can't tolerate the hypocrisy of it all. So it's taken me 53 minutes to shoot this because of all the drilling. I hope none of the drilling ends up in the final edit. I'll make sure that I get most of it out, because I had to keep pausing and waiting, so I do apologise for that. So I will let you go, but please do let me know if I am crazy. Do let me know what you think about it, and do let me know if you think that these innocent, questionable decisions should have such a big impact on someone's reputation in life. Of course, if we're talking about, killing people and kidnapping people, then yes, if you do that, then I will. Maybe I don't want you as the President of the United States. I understand that. But if it's an affair, please, please get over yourself. But hey, on that note, I will let you go. See you soon.